Are you so surprised to see me? Come now. You didn't think you would gain control over the mortal realm without any opposition, did you? We may have been allies throughout that dark age of war, but Efthalia has left us to her own devices now. And while she claims to be impartial in how her underlings divide the realm, I am sure she wouldn't be pleased that you remained here with your power unchecked. Are you offended that I was the only one that dared to confront you in battle? Am I unworthy of engaging in combat with a fierce warrior such as yourself? You know I'm not threatened by your titles, Achaicos. War flows through your veins. It is your godly gift. But I would urge you to remember that in the face of war, there rises revolution. Your power is far from absolute. Oh, I've had my eye on you for eons. I'm hardly foolish enough to stand against someone with your capabilities without understanding the way they fight and the way they think. With the passage of time on my side, I have no reservations in claiming I have you figured out in full. Yes, I do. You play up your bloodlust to make yourself seem less intelligent than you are. War is more than savagery. It is also strategy. And you discovered eons ago that you could get others to underestimate you. Make them believe that you were nothing more than a brute that swings around his hefty sword mindlessly. That way, when they faced you in battle, they were met with something else entirely. You are strategy and brutality entwined. A deadly combination. It wasn't so hard to figure out, especially when one prefers the shadows rather than the limelight. There are certain things that can only be seen with a differing perspective. Hush. I'm as ancient a being as you, Achaicos. I've known of you long before Efthalia brought us together for her vision. You took great joy in slaying other gods and goddesses that dared to challenge you. Each success was a testament to your power. The war was simply an opportunity to display that might on a grander scale. So don't pretend like you had any stake in what was happening to the mortals. Even now, your wish to stake claims to the skies is all an act to demonstrate your power. You hardly have an interest in what happens to those beneath us. All of this is simply for show. Apologies. Did I hit a nerve? That was hardly my intention. I was simply stating what was obvious to me. It's hardly my fault if you played the same trick for far too long. You've become complacent in your tactics, Achaicos. Such a shame. I always considered you to be one of the more perceptive beings of our kind. Oh, so now you claim to have me, of all people, figured out, do you? Please enlighten me on what it is you now comprehend. Is that what you think? Unlike you, I have never needed public admiration from deities or mortal kind. My rise to power was slow, steady, quiet, but constant. And do you want to know what propelled me forward? Dedication. Every move, every battle, has a purpose beyond gathering meaningless admiration. So don't pretend to know my motives, Achaicos. Each and every one of us fought for our own reasons when Efthalia demanded that this world be cleansed. For many, the fight was purely survival. For others, perhaps it was a chance to prove their loyalty or worth for the upcoming age. For others like you, it was a chance to unleash your bloodshed completely unchecked. For me, I saw opportunity. For everyone lost, a new pocket of power opened up, waiting to be taken. With everyone's attention directed in other directions, I took it upon myself to take care of these matters rather secretively. Oh, please. Bringing these little voids of power to the Pantheon's attention would only cause internal strife. Theron and Pelagios are insufferable enough when they're not squabbling over who's the strongest, or whose craft is more important to mortal kind. We certainly don't need either of them or any of the others fighting over such insignificant matters. At the time, I was simply ensuring that the Pantheon held together strong. If you remember correctly, things were very, very fragile during those early days of our alliance. I doubt things would have turned out well if I simply announced to everyone that there was power for the taking. See? Even you must concede that I made the right decision considering the state of things. Gathering strength from said action is only a coincidental perk. Oh, seeing me in a whole new light, are you? Interesting. What would I give to know what you think of me in that mind of yours? Well, the gaze in your eyes looks more akin to wonder, intrigue. Less of the anger that was burning through when our conversation had begun. At the end of the day, is the god of war nothing more than a curious little kitten? Oh, clearly you're not fond of that comparison. A shame. A kitten grows into a cat. Of course they look soft, plush, and relatively harmless, but they have their claws and their teeth, and they're certainly not afraid to brandish them. And, in comparison to some, they're independent, unless they deem one worthy enough to be depended on. I, for one, will not be ashamed to be compared to such a creature. I'll choose to be polite and forget you called all of that mindless talk. How about we move on to a language you know very well? Of course. I was never going to back away from this duel. The sky demands a ruler, and I know I must be the one left standing when all is said and done. Not you. Hundreds, maybe even thousands of our kind have met their end at your blade, but I won't be one of them. I swear it. I've been lucky enough that these daggers have seen a minimal amount of use. I would say they're almost as perfect as the day Eupraxia crafted them for me. But don't be fooled. They are beautiful. But they are also deadly when wielded by their master. Gah! Oops. Pardon me. It slipped out of my hand. Worry not. My other dagger won't be gone for long. Oh, there it is behind you. Pesky thing always likes to take the more scenic route when I call it back to me. Did you like that little trick of mine? I know it wouldn't work on one such as yourself, but it would have been rather humorous if it did. Yes, it would have been. Rather than presenting me with offerings, I would have had the mortals recreate this scene in stone to humor me instead. A fitting tribute to a death such as that, I think. Oh, that angered you, didn't it? This shall be fun. getting tired. Not a chance. If you think I would tire after a single year of combat, then you're mistaken. We'll be together like this for far longer. Are you prepared for that sort of commitment? What? I'm hardly wording things strangely. Perhaps you're just twisting my words into something they're not. You caught me off guard. That hardly means anything. Don't think I haven't noticed the toll that this has taken on you. You're starting to push past your limits. Does war need time to rest? You should be careful. This war of ours won't be over anytime soon. If you exhaust yourself now, then I'll be the one who rules over this domain. What will the others say when the great Akiakos is bested so easily? I can't imagine it'll be easy for you to maintain your warrior image. My eye. You got it. I cannot fight any longer. I must yield. Well, what are you waiting for? I will not grovel or beg for mercy if that's what you're waiting for. I opposed you in ongoing combat for 12 years, and even though I will fall today, I still consider that an accomplishment. I will not taint it by acting undignified. So finish this, Akiakos. What? Is this some sort of cruel joke? Take my eye and then offer me the right to rule by your side. You won. You have no advantage in offering me anything. You were impressed by that display of mine. I see. And what are you hoping to get out of this alliance of sorts? If we agree to rule together, then I could very well get in the way of your plans. We do see mortals very differently, after all. I see. Perhaps there is much we can still learn from each other, after all. All right. I will agree to these terms. We will share rule of the sky, with your days and my nights. When you rest, I will wake, so that nothing will ever threaten the stability of this realm ever again.